welcome to today's video. In our last video, we talked about combining of the AND and the OR operator, and we established the fact that these two operators could be combined in the conditional block, but we should be mindful of the placement of these two operators. We also established the fact that the AND operator is always worked on before the OR operator is worked on. So it is appropriate, or maybe say professional, to use the AND operator first before moving on to the OR operator. And the last thing was that to avoid faulty conclusions in our output or our tables, we should make sure we always put our OR operator in a parenthesis. So today what we are going to consider is the in and the not in operator being combined with the where conditional clause. So let's move into Workbench so you know what I'm talking about. Straight, I'm moving to Workbench. I'm already logged in. So since we want to use this fancy ink, yeah, we are going to, ask Workbench to use fancy. What am I doing? So, fancy ink. Let's not ever forget our terminator. So we say, yeah, enter, and that has been affected here. Now imagine we want to extract data on say 3 employees with the, employees with the surname, say Elvis, Dennis, and maybe a Mark. Yeah, from what we know so far, since we are operating on one column, we can use the OR operator so that our syntax will be something like this. Something like, we're going to select everything from the employees table in the fancy ink database, mind you, where the first name, where the first name is equal to a Mark. At this point in time, I'll just like to use copy and paste so it will be faster. So I copy this, I paste it here, and I paste here. I terminate it, and then change this name, change this Mark to say Elvis, and then I change Dennis. I change the other Mark to Dennis, not forgetting my OR operators. So there will be an OR operator here, and there should be another OR operator here. I think we are good to go. Yes. So now I can clean the whole data, the whole query with a Control B. Yeah. So this is what we have. So we're selecting everything from employees where the first name is Mark, Dennis, and Elvis. Let's key it in it. So we got 708 rows. How do we confirm this? We can confirm it by looking at the first name column and checking whether there is no any additional name apart from Dennis, Mark, and Elvis, and that is made evident here. You can see Elvis, Mark, Dennis, Elvis, Mark, Dennis in that order. Now what we see here is, it's a right code, but it's not professional. Professionally, what you can do is to bring in the in operator to help you make everything quicker, because one thing about data analysis is, we talk about the precision, that is getting the right data out of the database, and also the speed at which you get this data is very, very vital, because at a job level, you are going to get a very big database, and the speed at which you are able to extract these data are very, very much imperative. So what I'm going to do is to use this same syntax. I'm just going to copy it and change it to something professional and see whether we can get our 708 rules which were returned. So what we're going to do is to paste in this, but this section, the last part, yeah, this part I'm going to delete. So I'm going to say select everything from employees where first name, then I bring in my in operator in, then I open a parenthesis, and now I can say a mark, comma, and Elvis, comma, and what was the other name? Dennis. Then I close the parenthesis and then I use my terminator. Let me try to clean it up and see. So you see that the in has been changed into an uppercase. So now let's key this in. Pop. So you see, we are getting the same 708, but initially when I was making the commentary, I made mention about something. I made mention about speed. And when we look at this side, you see that this is 78. This is 0.078, whilst this one took 0.094. So there is a difference there. It may look here as a microsecond, but when you are at the job level and you are dealing with huge data sets, the time is very, very, very much of essence. That is why the in these instances are very much professional. So logically, from what we know now, we can also ascertain, we can project that the not in when used is going to extract a particular data where the names in the parentheses are not found in this extract. So let's just change this to not and see what we get. Not, and I clean it and we enter. So when we are entering, when we enter this, we expect to have an output where there is no Elvis, Mark, or Dennis in this particular first name column. So let's do that. Yeah, so this is what we have here. We can see that there is no Elvis, but look at the returned rows. It's about 299,000 rows. But when we just do a skim through it, we can find anything of this sort in it. So I think this will end today's video, and the conclusion is that whenever you want to use three or more um, um, you want to check up on three or more inputs, it's better for you to use the in and the not in operators rather than considering the or. Because for instance, if you're going to use an or, you're going to key in an or, an or, an or in that order, and that is not so professional. And also with the time factor, it's going to be very, very high, and expensive on your side to use that or operator. So I think this will end today's video, and until we meet again, have a nice evening and goodbye.